So Seth, yes, I can say whatever I'd like on Prime TV because we're more or less on cable.
So it's just happy hour turned into a bike ride.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think you put your swim workout into my schedule today.
Oh, the 4,000 meter one?
No, the 2,200 yard one with speeds that I don't own and never will.
I'm trying to build them and get them to go off everyone's times, but it doesn't always translate well because, well, some of us only have like 100%. We don't have 110%.
Okay, I'll work the math out on that one.
I'll take a look at it. If it has the build, you know, on Training Peaks where it has the build, where you can see where I built the percentages of speed or percentages of FTP, things like that.
Yeah.
That's always go off that, vice what's written. I'm in the process of updating everything.
Roger. I literally swam myself to muscle failure trying to get something close.
Nice. All right, well, welcome everybody to Skills and Drills. We are live here on with 11 minutes to go with 4 people in the pen. I'm sure we'll jump that up real quick. We will be doing counterattacks today. All right. Hopefully the WUWP mobile app works the way intended today. As of now, it is not. So that's fantastic. All right, let's switch over to here. All right, we got Jason Flores joining us live on the stream, and Chuso and Charles Allen for giving us some likes, so we appreciate it. We got 10 more minutes, and then we'll get going. All right, we have Coker's with us. It was a good ride last week. And Janika, both are on Discord. Fantastic.
Yeah, tough ride last week, but it was good. That's why I'm back. Thanks for having me.
No worries. So we're going to be doing some counterattacking today. It's going to be all about, we'll start with positioning like normal, but then we'll move into the recognizing an attack and then chase it down and making our determination of do we just go over the top or do we sit on and then come over them once they've tired up a little bit. So it should be fun. So again, most of this should be at around a 2 to 2.5 with the occasional burst of effort. For some reason my power meter doesn't want to connect to my watch today. We're having good tech issues. Oh, there we go. Now we're straight. Alright, and I even readjusted my keyboard area so I think I won't get carpal tunnel syndrome when I type today. So for those of you who haven't done this before, counterattacks. Hello, Deirdre. Counterattacks are a lot of fun. It's usually once you find someone else is in a weakened state or weakened position, you do your best to take advantage of that and make them pay for their insolence. All right, Pete Dunn, who joined us from Australia. He's been awake for a little bit. Yes, he messaged me, but I'm already in the stream, so unfortunately I couldn't respond to his message, so sorry, Pete. Alright, about 6.5 more minutes. So like normal, we're going to start off on our 1.5 watts per kilo effort. The idea is not to go out fast. We are not in a race. You will be heckled. You will be called out publicly if you go out like a crazy person. So just make sure you know that's what you're getting into.
When using Discord, do you guys use push to talk or the voice activation?
Yeah, so everybody on here is going to be push to talk except me. That's something we have set up on our main voice. That is only the ride leader and certain other people are not push to talk. Everyone else is push to talk though. We've had some issues with people who haven't tweaked their setup, and they whether it's their trainer, their music, their breathing, or their background noise in general just comes over and gets in the way. So we don't like to mute people if we don't have to. Pete says good morning to all of us legends out there. We have 7 of us right now. And 3 watching. Alright, Mr. Reshke here is on with us. Fantastic. Thanks for joining us on Discord. 5 more minutes till we start. So remember, when we start off like normal, we're going to do our 1.5. I want you guys to practice moving around the group. Yes, right now it's a small group, but usually in the last 5 minutes we get a few more. We're right in the heart of outdoor season, so I don't expect huge numbers today. Alright, we're up to 8. So when we're doing our warm-up for 10 minutes, just like I said, move forward, move back, practice moving around the bunch. See what it feels like to move from the front to the back and the back to the front. Because when you're in the draft, you definitely can work a lot less. And so this is your time to practice that. It's also your time to practice holding position. All right. We got Stevenson, Gina, and Lawrence joining us. Oh my God, dang it. The Swift is crashing on me again. Let's hope it doesn't do that in a few minutes.
Yeah, me too.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good for the platform when you just continuously crash. This happened 3 times already today for me. They must be on London time and still sleeping. Alright, let's hope it doesn't happen again. We got about 3 minutes before we start. Strap, we're good to go. Alright. Hopefully it kicks me right into the module. Oh, come on, don't do me like that. There we go. All right. 2.5 to go.
And the golden.
Ah, damn it, it did it again. It's crashed on me again. Ah. Well, let's hope this doesn't keep happening, folks. We've had a little bit of luck lately that it's been happening up until the ride starts, and then I've been good once the ride started. I make no promises, though, if we don't get back together.
Just curious, what operating system you're on?
I'm on a PC.
I've been a lot lately too.
Alright, let's hope it doesn't crash out on me again. Oh, God. Okay, I don't know what to do here, folks. I join the module, it crashes out.
Yeah, you just disappeared off my screen. I think it was an alien abduction.
Alright, so anyone who's actually watching the stream can see this and knows that this is not just me not wanting to ride. Because I actually love doing this one.
I'm having the same problem 3 times now.
Yeah. Pete says just that all else fails meet at the start banner, but it can't really meet at the start banner, Pete, if it keeps crashing on me. I'm already going to have to join late. Hopefully it allows me to stay in. Otherwise, if it doesn't, well, I apologize ahead of time, but I obviously don't get the opportunity to fire any developers who failed to do their job. Alrighty. Come on, trainer. There we go.
Come on, no crashing today.
Alrighty. Don't crash. Don't crash. It's finding riders. Yeah, I'm not sure, Pete, if it's event or free ride. It actually did it to me earlier before I joined the event. So we'll see. Alright, I found one rider.
You're on my screen towards the back of the group.
Yeah, until I just crashed. Again. I'm gonna get
I'm
one
still
more
showing
shot.
you in.
Yeah,
Oh,
trust
there
me,
you
I'm definitely not in.
Yeah, you just left. The Elvish has left the building.
That's right. This is frustrating me. Techie Kev, thanks for, yeah. Jamel Brown says get a Mac. Techie Kev, thanks for hosting. Yeah. This is frustrating. I'd definitely be submitting a ticket to Zwift tonight. Let's just go with the regular kicker, hopefully. Let's see if that works. Let's see if it lets me join in now. Let's go. Alright, I see Seth typing, so that's definitely good. I'm not feeling hopeful right now. It's still, there we go. Yay. All right, we're in.
Yeah, we see you now.
Anybody want to knock on wood?
Just knock on his head.
All right. Keep it at
Never
1.5
type that
watts.
on me.
Let's keep it at 1.5 watts a kilo. All right, here we go. So Jamel, I actually had a Mac before, and it just never really worked out the way I wanted it to. I don't have a very new Mac, so that might be the problem. It was having problems streaming.
Yeah, Linka had a lot of problems with her. Mac's a little bit older.
Yeah. That's how it works out. All right, so Seth, what time do you have on your hack?
I'm showing 350 right now. 351. 2.
All right, 350. All right, so you're 220 ahead of me. Got it.
4 minutes now.
Mr. Lovehammer joined us again. That guy's awesome.
That's Colonel Lovehammer.
Yeah, whatever. I don't see any eagles on his shoulder. All right, so it looks like we're got a nice little small group here. Yeah, Jamel said his Mac had the same issues when streaming, not enough power. That's a problem. All right, let's see if my Zwift mobile link will acknowledge that I'm online riding. All right, we're 2 for 2. Okay, so we're going to talk counterattacking today. Fortunately, we have a small group, so today it's going to be very easy to control in theory, assuming everybody does what they're supposed to do, except for our 2 riders out the front. Excuse me. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to practice some of our positioning, and I'm going to be setting up some attacks so you can recognize what an attack looks like. The idea behind that is so that you know how to respond. And you have to respond quickly. So we'll do that, respond to the attack, then chase the attack, and then we will go ahead and counterattack. So pretty simple class today. Identify, respond, and then come over the top. Any questions on that? I know it sounds very simple, but we'll test how simple it is here in a minute. All right, I'm gonna type some of this out, and then we will continue to go. Okay, good. Perrin can hear. That's fantastic.
I've tried to push the talk, but I'm not sure I'm no cross.
Yeah, we got you on push to talk. You're good.
Roger that.
All right, so as we start talking about counterattacking, big things, and Seth, please let me know when we hit 9 minutes, because I won't do math while talking.
Roger, just crossed 7.
Yeah, the big thing on counterattacking is first you got to recognize what's happening, what's going on in a race. if you don't pay attention to what's going on, it's very, very easy to let a ride or an attack get away from you. Or it's also very easy to chase things that are not attacks. We've covered that before, and we'll cover it again later on in skills and drills. But it's very imperative not to burn energy and waste energy by burning matches going after a guy who just made a mistake and came off the front of the group. So, when we start talking the counterattacks, you have to start figuring out what is an attack and what is not. And more importantly, you got to identify that early. So if you think of it, for those Americans or anyone who likes baseball, you have to identify whether it's something you can swing at right away. Yeah, that's exactly what chasing down an attack is. You almost have to make that split decision based off experience, which you're probably wrong most times, just to tell you the truth, because we generally are. But the more time you get racing, the more time you get riding the groups, the more time you have to figure out what looks right and what doesn't. So once we identify that there's an attack, we want to jump onto it. We don't necessarily want to come over it right away, but we do want to get onto that attack. Why? Because if he's someone strong, we don't want to let him or her get away. But more importantly, we want to be able to respond to anyone else. Now, once we've made a determination that we're on the attack, we've shut it down from our perspective, then we have to determine, is it a good time to come over the top, meaning relaunch a second attack immediately, or do we sit on and stalk them, wait for them to tire out, working for us a little bit, and then come over the top and attack them. That's generally the two ways to handle things, unless you're just going to sit on and not do any work, which is completely admirable in its own right, and it's something we practice a lot here. So that's what we're going to cover today, are those two different types of counterattacks. But first we're going to talk about identifying the attack. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to be the attacker first, and when I launch an attack, I'm not going to launch it really hard. All I want you guys to do is just respond and get on my wheel. You know, and you can even just call it out. It's not going to be a hard attack. It's not going to be a really long attack. It's just going to be identify when the attack is going. Now I'm going to do it from different positions.
Ian, sorry, we passed 9. We're at 9:30.
Okay, thanks. All right, let me type some of this out real quick. All right, so we're going to start here in about 40 seconds. So I'm just going to launch a series of attacks. All I want you guys to do is respond. Okay? Chase me a little bit, get on my wheel, but don't pass. All right, we're going to do this for a few minutes here. All right. All you got to do is watch. Now, the beauty on Zwift is you can see when I'm going if you're paying attention. And since I cued you in that I'm the attacker, you're going to get to see it. So call it out when you see it.
Yeah.
Good. Now ease back up. Pete wants to know what 1.5 watts per kilo is in his car. Man, that's a tough one, Pete. I don't think you have a power meter. But I'm going to guess it's probably like 80K an hour. All right, good. Brendan in the woods. Very good. All right, so if you guys are paying attention, notice where I'm launching my attacks from every time. I'm not at the front, and I'm not at the back. I'm close to the front. In fact, I'm gonna get up on this old dude right here. Santa Claus with us. Okay, so you can see I'm in the draft. And now I'm gonna go. Boom, right there. Very nice, Reshke. Good job. Does anybody know who Santa Claus is? Not the mythical character. I mean the guy who's got the white beard on the game.
It could be me.
Okay. He's a fit Santa Claus, don't get me wrong.
Well, then it's definitely not me.
Well, he doesn't look fat. He looks pretty skinny. And he's got a silver bun on the back of his head.
Good Lord, it might be me.
All right, so if you notice, right now I'm sitting in the back, nice and easy. Some people are riding a little harder at the front. That's okay, not necessary. I'm just sitting at the back, so now you gotta start figuring what's gonna happen. Why am I sitting at the back? Well, because I'm taking advantage of the draft. Mr. Woods is right there waiting on me. And here we go. Well, I just tipped you off, sorry. Good job. Good job, you front 4 or 5. It's fantastic. Great job. All right, 1.5, let's make sure everyone can catch back on. A couple people got shot off the back. All right, so that was real quick down and dirty on the catch, or for the recognition. Now what we're gonna do is something really easy. Bussy. Pete's making jokes about Bussy now. Saying that Bussy's old. Pete, I don't think it's Bussy that's on right now. He's at work. Danny, Eric, thanks for joining us. All right, so real simple here, folks. We're gonna regroup up. We're gonna send Seth up the road a little bit on an attack. And then we're gonna chase him down and we're gonna counterattack on, or we're gonna just chase Seth down a little bit. So what we wanna do is we're gonna let him go, see that he's a true attack, and then we're gonna chase. So let's ease it up at the front a little bit. I got a few folks back here with me. And I got a few folks chasing on. Deirdre, are you in the main group up front?
Nope.
No,
By myself.
okay, I see you. I see you. All right, we're gonna ease up a little bit more at the front. So if you're at the very front, please drop down to about a 1.0. Remember, this is an educational ride, not a race. If you came here looking just to hammer the pedals, sorry for you. That's not what we're doing. All right, so I'm gonna type out real quick what we're gonna do to everybody, what we're gonna do, so everyone's tracking, and then we will get going once we've completed our regroup. All right, so Seth, when I tell you to, I'm gonna have you go up the road. You can go as hard as you want, get a 3-second advantage, and then ease it down to a 2.0.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna go here in about 20 seconds.
Roger.
I'm tail gunning on this group right now, so I won't necessarily see you at the 3 seconds, but once you get up the road 3 seconds, just power down on your own and let me know. All right, so folks, what we're gonna see here is on that attack, this is a good idea, a good way to recognize the attack. Easy at the front, folks.
I'm back to 1.5 with a 3 second, 4 seconds.
Okay. All right, we're gonna chase on to Seth. Let's chase on to Seth. But, you know, you don't have to sprint across it. You got time to catch that 3-second gap. It's only 3 seconds.
Blowing right by me.
All right, so this is where we need to maintain some control, folks. If you blow by the guy who attacked, if you blow by the guy who attacked, you're no longer making that person do the work. You're now doing the work. So, regroup on me if you're up front. No reason to continue to hammer the pace. You chase, you catch, you sit on.
I'd say Mr. Bolton pretty much nailed it.
Yeah, Mr. Bolton did a great job. All right, 1.0 at the very front until we catch you. Our group here will do 1.5, Seth.
Okay.
$1.5 to 2 to sweep up the leaders. All right, so again, this is really important. And this is one of the things I see happen all the time on Zwift, especially for the Zwift racing. If you push and you jump to the front and you overshoot your targets all the time, you're doing a lot more work. The best riders are the riders who, if you look at them at the end of a race, their watts per kilo is usually 0.2 to 0.4 lower than everybody else, and they win the damn thing. So don't tell me that just having the most watts per kilo in a race is the best way to do it, because we've proven that wrong over and over and over again. In fact, I would argue that short of time trialing away, almost no race is won by the person with the highest watt per kilo average. So let's practice it this time. This is why we're regrouping. We're going to do it again. Identify, chase, and sit on. Okay, Seth, go ahead on up the road. But when you settle in, settle in at your 2.0. Don't settle at 1.5. Go ahead and go at your leisure.
I'm there. I'm 5 seconds ahead.
Okay. All right, let's chase smartly now. All right, we're closing to 6 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2. All right. Good. Much better. Still overshot him though. So again, we got to be cognizant of the fact that as we're coming up on someone, Pete's got to go. He's actually starting work. Thanks, Pete, for joining us. As you come up on someone, remember, let's try not to pass him. Let's make Seth do the work for us, because now we're gonna start talking about how do we come over the top, how do we counterattack. So Seth, this time, settle in it at your 2.5 instead of 2.0.
Okay.
Okay?
Say when.
Yeah, 1 second. Okay, go ahead, Seth. All right, so one of the things here, yes, you could chase him right away, and we're going to practice that in a minute. But what I'm really working on here is chasing smartly.
Okay.
All right, let's chase smartly. So Seth went off at a 6 and change, and now we settled at a 1.8. Do we need to go at a 9 or an 8? Probably not.
I'm sitting about 2.5 right now.
Yep. Very good. Good job. Okay, so this one's gonna be a little bit different. I think we kind of got the idea, while we're not necessarily putting it into practice. The idea is gonna be Seth will attack, Will respond immediately and get on his wheel. Seth, I'm only gonna want you to go for 10 to 15 seconds, but you can go hard.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, let me type it up. Okay, the whole goal here is keep Seth in front of you. And then Seth, you and I will actually take turns on this because we're going to have to repeat this a number of times. Because this one's going to be the hardest part. All right, so I'm going to tell him. All right, you can go at your leisure. There he goes. All right, let's get him. Chase him down. All right, so if you're watching on the stream, what you'll notice is I responded quickly. I got up to 8 real fast. And as I closed the gap, I eased up. And I even passed him as well. But not by a lot. So Brendan, you're definitely the guy who looks like Santa Claus. So adjust your effort based on your closing speed. You don't need to go 15 watts a kilo if Seth has already eased off or you're closing ground quickly. All you need to do is get that acceleration to start pulling him back. Then once you're pulling him back, dose out your effort so you can get him. I'm gonna go this time, Seth.
Roger, enjoy.
Yeah, need a quick drink of water. Let's go, keep coming, keep coming. Good job, but some of you haven't closed the gap yet. Very nice. All right, Seth, you're gonna be going at this one.
All right, give me a sec.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry, the guys went to the front. Let me get off the front, so they're setting the 1.5 pace for me. Whenever you're recovered.
All right.
Very smart, you didn't go into the orange. So Seth used the sneak attack method. And Reshke went way by.
Probably my fault. Damn near spit my chain.
That's okay. Let's let the group recover. All right, those up front, let's regroup on me a little bit. Thanks, Matt Johnson, for the ride on. All right, nice and easy here, folks. We're gonna do a couple more iterations of this, and then we're gonna jump right into the counter-attack side of the house. We're gonna let Mr. Faga jump back on. So those up front, ease off to a nice little 1 to 1.5. All right, Coker, how you doing on this one, bud?
Doing great. Awesome.
Fantastic. All right, we got a few folks here that are with me. We're gonna bring it back up to the front. You're at the very front, no more than 1.5, please. We got a nice small group here catching back on. Remember, when we start doing these sprint efforts like that, everyone here is a different level. Some of the riders are able to go at 9 watts a kilo for 10, 15, 20 seconds. Others aren't, so we got to try and make sure we're working together on this. We want everybody to benefit from the class. There's no reason to try and hammer anyone off the back of the group. All right, so when I attack, really do your best to not pass me once you catch me. Okay, this is really important because this is what's going to translate into the next step. And if we don't get this down, we're not going to be able to counterattack because we're going to be putting ourselves on the defensive, which is definitely not a good way to do it. Good job, Brendan. Way to ease up, but you still went to the front. Reshke, same thing. I know I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Whew, Faga's going about 900 RPMs there. Okay, good job. That's better. That's better. And those who are passing me, good. Aspiaga, you guys are doing a good job easing back up. Put me back at the front. Very nice. All right, we're gonna ease up to 1.2 so I can talk and type at the same time. Otherwise, I'll get dropped from the group and have to chase on. And we're trying to avoid that today. All right, so the counterattacks usually come in one of two flavors. The immediate over the top, or the stalking attack. When would we want to do one over the other? Does anybody have an idea?
Do the stalk on the flats?
It could be. You could also come over the top on the flats. Really, a lot of this is going to come off what your opponent or the other riders are doing. So if you see the rider starting to fade, you're just going to come right over the top. If you catch on their wheel and they're still willing to work and going hard, then stalk them. Wait for them to tire a little bit and then hit them. Alrighty. So if you're up at the very front, I know we're on the little climb, so we'll regroup afterwards, but let's try not to get too far away. So we're going to use Mr. Rodriguez as our first guy because he's already 3 seconds up on the group. Okay, so Rodriguez has 6 seconds on us. We're going to go ahead and chase him down. When you get on him, hit the gas again and go over the top. Do that, go over the top, hard for about 5 seconds, and we're going to ease up. All right, let's go. Let's chase him down. We're going to chase down Rodriguez, and then we're going to attack. So be smart. Let's not go at him chasing at 15 watts a kilo because you need to have enough in your tank to surge. So this is kind of your test. Come on, Runyon. Very nice. All right, good. Let's ease up. 1.2. Good. Now We didn't get away from Rodriguez because he just held a steady tempo and got caught up in the draft of all of us going by individually. But you see that it is hard to do that over the top like that. When you launch that attack, you have got to ensure that you're covering the gap while maintaining enough in your legs. That's what most of us fail to do, because you got to be able to maintain enough in your legs to attack over the top of what he's doing. All right, we're gonna do this one more time. Not you, Rodriguez. You don't need to go. All right, let me get away and then... All right, go ahead and chase me. I'm gonna hold around a 3.0. When you catch me, punch it. Four and five are great chase points. Because remember, you're going to need to get over the tie. There you go, Woods. Brendan, great job. Come on, Seth, come over the top. Go, go, go. Hit it, a little more, Seth. That's only 5. You need to get up to 7.
Not today.
All right, let's ease up. 1.2 at the front. That was good. The next one we're gonna do is our stalk. And on our stalk, I'll go up the road. When you catch on to me, just hold my wheel. When you see me dip below 3.0 consistently, then you attack me. So. All right, let's let Lawrence and Rodriguez catch on. We're gonna wait for Lawrence and Rodriguez. They're coming right back to us. Yeah, I got a comment that says we do this every race we're in. Yes, we do. And every race we're in, we do this. We do it very successfully because we hammer the crap out of it as a group and take turns. Normally, they put me on the front to do a lot of work because in my current level of training, I'm not doing anything but domestiquing in races. We got no finish. But we've had some really good weekday races lately where the ODZ crew has just dismantled other teams because they work together as a group, work together as a team, and chased. Sharing the workload, and then more importantly, protecting their leader.
Try being 6'3" to 100 kilos. All I do is chase for my team.
I hear you, man. On the flats, I'm 60 kilos, so on the flats, I'm just in a constant chase. All
I got
right.
a 5-foot sprinter I expect a good Christmas gift from.
I hear you. I do the same kind of work for Batman and a few others on the ODZ squad. I just get on the front and tear people up on the climbs for them. Let them sit in my wheel.
Everyone likes a big guy on the flat.
Alrighty, I'm gonna go up the road, folks. Justin Wagner joined us. Thanks for watching, Justin. I'm gonna go up the road, get a few seconds, and you guys can chase on. When you get to my wheel, remember to stay there. Stay on my wheel until I dip below 3.0. When I consistently drop below 3.0, then you can attack me. Good, Reshke. That's what I like to see. Don't come over the top. Don't come over the top. Good. Let's go, bunch up behind me. Good, Aspiaga, good. Woods, great job, Woods. Brendan, attack. Reshke, attack. I'm well below 3. Good job, Seth. All right, ease up, ease up. Good job. That was much better. That was much better, everybody. Let's quickly regroup. See if we can get that in there one more time. All right, want to let Perrin get back on. Let's get down to 1.0 at the very front. And I'll let everyone come back together. One more iteration. Alrighty, we're coming back together. Faga might be spent. Alright, Reshka, stay with me. Seth, stay with me. We're going to close this gap real quick and then I'm going to launch. Alright, so I'm going to go chase me from right away, but don't pass me until I fade. Alright, so you want to try and keep me at the front. You want to keep me right there. We don't have very much time, so I want to get this in. Alright, I'm not hammering it, so this is a very small attack. This is a right off the front attack. Come on, Aspiaga. Lawrence Runyon. Good job, Brendan. All right, folks. Good, Aspiaga recognized. He's the first one. Yep. Yep. Just put it right away. Okay, sí. Hay un chileno en la... Oh, say chi chi chi.
Where is he?
He's up front. Okay, so great job. Great job. Deirdre, how you feeling?
Out of my league.
That's okay. I know those sprints aren't definitely not your strong suit, so we won't worry about that. Did you get some good workout in though?
Yeah.
Good, that's what matters. All right, so we're gonna do a quick recap. Let me type out. All right, so quick recap, folks. Now I got you guys typed it out to them what's going to happen. We talked about counterattacking today. Counterattacking is very important for a lot of us because as we're doing our races, you know, we don't necessarily want to fire the first round because you don't necessarily know what everyone's got in the tank. Thanks for the ride on Woods. What we do want to make sure we can do, though, is launch that counterattack when we want to. So what we're really looking for is identifying when the attack is going to happen or as it happens so we can respond immediately. Responding immediately means we get to push a lot less for a lot shorter time than if we wait and we don't recognize what's happening, which goes back to good positioning in the bunch. Likewise, we want to make sure that when we respond, we launch onto the wheel of the attacker. We don't get in front of the attacker and let them recover off of us. We want to catch up to them, sit on the wheel, and make them do the work. Because what we don't want is someone to launch, recover, and launch again, and then take advantage of us being tired. So we get to that wheel and we sit there. Now once we sit there, we have to make that split-second determination. Is this person still strong or not? If the person's still strong, then we sit there and we stalk them. We wait until they weaken, and then we go. If they're starting to fade already because they put out way too much too early, then we hit them. We go right over the top as we're coming up on that wheel. You can get a good judgment of how tired a person is, or at least what they're letting you see, right away by simply, as you're coming in, you measure your closing speed, how fast that distance is closing. And if you're just coming right up over the top and you're not going full gas, maybe it's time to hit that gas and go over the top. But be very careful. If you go over the top and you don't get enough of a break, enough of a gap, well, you just now have a companion who's going to sit on your wheel and recover. So you have to really do that math. If you're coming up on them and they're doing 6 watts a kilo or whatnot, and you come up on that wheel, do you have 12 watts a kilo in you? Because if you don't have 12 watts a kilo in you, I would argue, you know what, let it go. Sit on that wheel. Make them work, and then when they slow down to that 4 watts a kilo, you hit them at 7 and 8 and get away, and you make them tow you. All right, so those are the keys for today: is identifying the attack, getting on that wheel, and then making that determination about what you can do and when you should do it. You guys have any questions on that counterattack concepts? I'm going to take silence as a no.
Awesome ride, mate. My first Discord chat. Thanks.
Oh, no worries, man. Hope to see you next week. Or hear you next week.
You will, hope.
Great. Fantastic.
Great ride.
Thank you.
No worries. If you guys are interested in any other ODZ rides this week, we've got a bunch of them coming up. We've got the tomorrow afternoon we have the Thursday night showdown. It starts at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll allowed to be in bed. Friday we have In the Feed Zone in the morning with Jason Flores at 5:15 Pacific. And then after that is the Friday morning Ebb ride, which is an easy ride, followed by the Matt Roth 1K Memorial Sprint. Saturday we should have, I believe it's a coffee ride this week. I don't think we have Odivas this week. I think we had them last week, but I'm not 100% sure. Sunday's the OD's entry. Monday we have Magnum Monday and the Euro Decaf. And then Tuesday will be a cat and mouse race, followed by the SLTC time trial, which is a fun event. We also have on Mondays Taya's Chat and Chill, which is at 7:15 Eastern if you're interested. That's just an easy 2 to 2.5 ride where we discuss a lot of different topics, mostly focused on training. All right, so that's going to be it for me, folks, on the stream. Appreciate you guys joining in, and hope to see you guys next week on our Skills and Drills ride, where we close out the August Attacks month.
Good stuff, Coach. Thanks again.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you later. I'll take a look at